With markets currently so volatile, research shows that many of us are thinking twice about investing, focusing on what we have today instead of what our money can do for us tomorrow. But a new digital tool being launched by JPMorgan could help us make smarter decisions about managing our finances. Well, I'm joined by Sam Palmer. He's head of digital planning and advice at JPMorgan Wealth Management. Sam, great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me here, Nick.
So a lot of people are looking at these market moves and thinking the situation out there is really too complex and tough to begin planning for my future. What would you say to them?
Look, as you said, the markets are very volatile right now, so emotion and stress is a very natural reaction across all of us. Even under normal circumstances, it's very hard for us to think about the long term. There's this concept which is called present bias, which essentially means that it's very hard for us to focus on things which are far away in the future and that we're emotionally not connected to. Let me give you an example. We are willing to spend up to 5 weeks to plan for a honeymoon, which will last maybe a week or two. But we on average spend 3 hours planning for a retirement, which will last for 20 years. And this present bias behavior is even more pronounced when it comes to investing and thinking about the market, where one of the very important principles that it's not about timing the market, but the time in the market. The solution is to think about the long term, determine your goals, determine your risk tolerance, invest and stay invested.
And on the subject of investing, you're a big believer in digital tools and what they can do for our clients. And you've been developing something called Wealth Plan. Can you tell us what that is?
So Wealth Plan is a tool that's available to all Chase clients right within the Chase app. And what it allows you to do is to link your accounts, whether it's investment accounts or your lending accounts or your transaction accounts, credit cards, etc. And the tool will give you a full view of your financial picture, again, including the accounts outside of Chase in one place. Whether it's your cash flow, whether it's your transactions, net worth over time, you can see all of that within the tool. From there, you can also set your goals. So, for example, if you want to retire at 60, you want to send your child to university, you can input all these goals into the tool, and it will help you determine how likely you are to meet these financial goals. Gets better than that. We also created what we call a goal simulator, so you can tweak those goals and see how changing various parameters affect your likelihood of meeting them. And last but not least, the tool is going to give you insights and guidance on what you can do to be able to meet these goals.
So in your opinion then, is digital planning the way of the future?
So I think that the future of planning is at the intersection of digital and human. So we have more digital tools today than we've ever had that help you manage your money, track your money, invest, etc. And that's great. For financial planning, that means that you can start the process from the comfort of your home, you can help think through your own goals, and you can start a plan. However, an advisor can help you with the other side of the equation. The advisor can help you find the right strategies to meet your goals, and most importantly, the advisor can help you manage this emotional and personal component of the money. And it is at the intersection of the digital and the human where I think the magic is.
Fascinating stuff. So what should investors keep in mind right now?
First of all, understand your cash flow. You know, Nick, we so often obsess about returns, but the one thing that you as an investor can control very well is your cash flow and is your surplus cash that you can invest. Number two, determine your goals. Understand what your objective is, and for that you need to know your long-term goals. Determine or have somebody help you determine what the right strategy and risk tolerance is for you. And then once you have the right path, stick to it. Number three is compounding. And compounding is a very weird concept that our brains just cannot intuitively understand. We're not wired to understand how small incremental changes over time add up to very large results. As a result, we either don't invest, we invest too little, or we invest too late. And then last but not least, thinking about your emotions and understanding that emotions and investing do not mix well together.
Separate my emotions from my investing. I'll try my best. Sam Palmer, Head of Digital Planning and Advice at JPMorgan Wealth Management. Thanks so much for joining us. Fascinating insights.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.